In 2001, the Taliban ordered the destruction of the Buddhas of Bamiyan on the grounds that they were idolatrous. The figures, which had looked over the Silk Road since the 10th century, were gone. This week, on the Time website, I've been reading an article which says it may be time to restore them. But is this possible? And is it sensible? My first reaction was, no, they shouldn't be. As they stand, the empty alcoves are a terrific monument to human intolerance and stupidity, and I think that's an important lesson for the future from the 21st century. But reading around, I changed my mind. There's a couple of reasons. One is that monuments to stupidity and intolerance don't tend to get many tourists, and Bamiyan desperately needs tourists. The other reason is that these empty alcoves are a constant reminder to the locals that they were victims. In Europe, we usually repaired war damage, so it's a bit much to ask the locals to live with the ruins. But even though it would be nice to be able to rebuild the Buddhas, can they actually be rebuilt? There's a physical problem in how do you actually get the figures back up? But this is a World Heritage Site, so there's bureaucratic problems as well. The demolition rubble is in large enough blocks that it's possible to paste them together using modern concrete. So physically, it's possible to rebuild the figures. But the question is, will these reconstructed figures be authentic? It's been decided that they are authentic if they have more than 50% of the original rock in the new figures. It's hard to tell exactly how much of the rubble is usable, but you've guessed it, it's around 50%. I don't know if this makes sense or not. What is it that makes an ancient site authentic? Is it the physical presence of material shaped in the past? Or does that authenticity lie in what an ancient monument represents? When the Buddhas were originally built, they represented power, independence, and confidence. Will the reconstructed Buddhas do the same? What do you think makes an authentic site? Feel free to leave your comments. And my thanks to Tracy Hunter at Flickr for including photos like this on a Creative Commons license. It means you don't see just my talking head.